Hello everyone, welcome to the Spicy Palette yet again with another fun and amazing recipe. This time I'm going to teach you how to make pasta from the scratch. So let's quickly get into it. Firstly, I will need potatoes. So I've taken 3 boiled potatoes, cut them into half while they were warm. And I'm going to grate them while they're warm as well so that it does not become very sticky and it sticks well when I have to bind them with the flour. So quickly we'll grate them. I've taken 3 medium sized potatoes and this is enough to make about a lot of gnocchi actually, which is enough for 4 people. So in fact I thought it would be less, but it turned out like there was a lot. So three medium to big size potatoes should be good for 4 people. And also these are really heavy since it involves a lot of starch and it's very starchy. So you can't even eat as much as you would probably eat, say, spaghetti or penne. So gnocchi is more about, like it's heavy, it's creamy and it's cheesy. So that's about it. So you guys, you grate this and you just spread it around to make this a little cool. It should come to room temperature at this point. Now I will add some maida to this. I have to add maida that much that it covers all the potato and it helps me in binding it, making it like a dough. So just see as per your potatoes, and that's the reason why if you spread out your potatoes, you will get to know as to how much you need flour to give you a good bind. So I've put about 4 to 5 spoons of maida. Then I'm adding salt in here for taste. You can even skip this, but I think the Indian palate is used to having a little bit of salt and spice. So here I've added pepper. You can also add Italian seasoning. You can also add chili flakes if you would like. I've added only pepper, salt and oregano to give it a very light and very, just a hint of, the herbs in the gnocchi so that it doesn't taste too bland. Originally, a lot of Italians do make this plain, only using salt. But while I was, going through a lot of other videos, and I came up and I saw that, a little bit of pepper would definitely work well with salt, pepper, and potato combination works well. So I'm just going to knead this together and I'm going to make it into a dough like consistency, exactly like the way you knead roti ka atta or any such dough. I don't want it to be very floury, so make sure you just add that much so that all your potato comes together and it helps you knead it into a complete dough. There is no water required here, there's no oil required, there's nothing required. It is only the potato and the flour. So whatever moisture is released by the potato, it gets soaked in the flour, and that is the reason why we have to grate it while it's warm, so that the moisture goes into the flour and not it just doesn't evaporate. Here I'm just cleaning my surface to help roll out the gnocchis. Once I've cleaned this, I'm going to first just spread a little bit of flour on the surface and going to start cutting my dough into big balls, and then I'm going to roll it out using my hands in a very very light manner. Just before you start doing that, just knead it a little bit because you've kept it for about 5-10 minutes to rest. So just knead it and check for your consistency well. And the rolls shouldn't crack. So if at this point you feel that you need to add a little more flour, you can go ahead and do so. So here I'm just going to roll out the gnocchi and I'm going to first make it cylindrical long rolls. I'm going to use the flour as and when I require. Make sure that you keep it well, like you keep dusting flour because it shouldn't stick to your surface, and your surface should be absolutely dry. Make sure that there is no moisture, no water, no nothing on your surface, or else your rolls are going to break. So using my hand, I have rolled it into a even shape, and I'm using a pizza cutter here to cut them into small 1-inch pieces. You can use a knife, but make sure you just don't pull out these like you would pull out, say, for your rotis, etc. This has to be completely just cut. That's it. So because we've just activated the gluten and we don't want it to be ruined by the hand pulling gesture. Here I've taken a fork wherein very lightly I'm going to just roll these and give it this entire ridge sort of a texture, because that is what is authentic to gnocchi, and that's how the Italians make it. They usually use a gnocchi board which is specifically made to give these ridges. But since obviously we in India don't really make it so often, we can use a fork and we're good to go with it. So, guys, it does take a lot of time. I mean, it is efforts, but yeah. So I've got all my gnocchis sorted. This took me about 15 to 20 minutes to get them rolled out and get the ridges and the textures done. And then I just dusted a little flour on it. And before I put it into water, make sure that your water is boiling, because you don't want it to stick to each other. You can add a little bit of oil in your water and a little bit of salt if you feel like, but I have skipped salt here since I already have salt in my gnocchi and I don't want it to get over salty. So I have only used a little drop of oil to make sure that they cook well and they are not sticking to each other. Do this for about 1 to 1.5 minutes, and once the pasta starts coming to the surface is when you will realize that, when you will know, or when that is the point when you know that your pastas are being cooked. So as and when little comes to the surface, you can either start removing it now from the surface, or you can wait for the entire pasta to be done. Like at this point, I just feel like, if we have a larger sieve which you can just pick these pastas up. I didn't have that, so I had to just drain it out altogether, and that is the reason why it kind of got stuck once I removed it from the boiling water. Do not, like normal, do not put cold water on that, guys, because this is not the pasta. Your potatoes will break if you put cold water over it, so please don't do that. Now here for the white sauce, the Alfredo sauce, which is also used in your other pastas, in your baked dish, and everything that you want to give a cheesy sauce. And the cheese, it depends absolutely on what is your liking and taste. So go ahead, if you like it very cheesy, you can add more. I have added just little for taste, so you can do it as you like. In a pan, I've heated some butter, and I've put a spoon of maida, which is all-purpose flour, and I'm going to roast it. I'm going to keep stirring it because I don't want it to get burned, nor do I want it to stick below. So I'm going to keep stirring it till the aroma doesn't start to come, and I'm going to then add the milk. I've used whole milk, but I've used cow's milk. You can use any milk that you like. If you use full fat milk, your sauce will actually turn out creamy and thick. If you use toned milk, you may have to put a little bit of more maida, or maybe a little bit of corn slurry towards the end to give it a little thick and binding effect. So yeah, you can use whichever milk you have. Just make sure that it is boiled or pasteurized, because raw milk might tend to tear apart. So continuously stir it, guys, because again, we want the entire flour and the entire thing that we've made with butter to come together. And this is just one boil, and see the thickness of my sauce. Like it is again, like I'm making this sauce before I've made my pasta, so it is going to thicken out while it's going to cool. So I will add milk later, or water a little later, when I'm adding the pasta. Right now I'm just going to keep it the thick consistency that it's supposed to be. So I've added cheese, as you saw, and I will keep stirring it until it melts. Post that, I'm going to turn off the flame and I'm going to let it cool down for 2 minutes. And then I'm going to add all my other things, which is, first I'm going to add chili paste. I'm going to add, again, the green chili paste is completely optional. I have it and I like that little tinge of it in my pasta, so I put it, but you can completely avoid it. Then I'm going to add garlic, crushed garlic. This is also again optional if you like it. If you guys don't eat garlic, you can completely skip this entire process, and if you feel garlic is too pungent, avoid it. I've put salt and pepper to taste, and I will also add a little bit of oregano and chili flakes towards the end, because, well, I don't like any of our Italian food without chili flakes and oregano. So yes, the sauce is absolutely ready, and we are all set to put our pastas in it. Like I said, I just added a little bit of water and to reduce the consistency. Added the pastas there very lightly. I'm going to stir them. Not really going to over stir it, and I don't even need to overcook it because the pasta as well as the sauce is already cooked. So I'm just going to get it to a little warm and heated temperature, and I'm going to let it rest, and I'm going to then serve these gnocchis with some garlic bread, or you can even make garlic toast, however you would like to. So that's it, guys. And last, of course, you can garnish it with a little bit of cheese before you serve it, and it's all ready to go and into your tummy. And believe me, this is something that I tried for the first time, but the taste is really unexpected. So guys, if you the quarantine has given us this opportunity to experiment with a lot of things. If you guys are into cooking and want to experiment something, definitely go for this, and believe me, you're going to come back and thank me for this. So guys, if you do make it, please leave a comment and let us know how yours turned out to be. And if you can, do share and tag us in your pictures of the recipes that you guys make. We would love to see them, and put it over all over our Instagram as well. So yes, a little bit of last bit of garnish of chili flakes. Again, like I said, I love chili flakes and oregano in any of my Italian food. So there you go, and it just adds a sort of a color to it, and that's it, we're ready to go. One thing I forgot to mention was that I had added capsicum and corn, which I had separately just boiled a little bit in water to this to give it a little veggie twist to it as well. You can go ahead and add whatever other veggies you want, but gnocchi tastes best when it's kept minimum with minimum veggies. So yes, do try it out. Let me know, and definitely waiting to see your comments, guys. Thank you so much.